In the book of the prophet Isaiah in chapter 53, we read, "Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering. Yet we considered him being punished by God, stricken by him and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed." Grace be with you and peace. Amen.
The splashes of color are like drops of blood. The red is, I think, the most disturbing thing about this painting. It is named Jesus Dies on the Cross and painted by the artist Tobias Kammerer. It is painted on glass. I do not really know if I like it, but it somehow fascinates me. I see the cross in the center. Red. I naturally read it as standing there, red as blood. I see him, Jesus, the head lowered, the crown of thorns on it. The body is slumped. Jesus has died. Light is shining from above on the right. Not much, but at least a glow of light from above. It's shining on a motionless scene, as if it is frozen. Only from the upper left, the red color seems to push its way into the picture, as if it will soon cover everything. Perhaps the evening glow that heralds the night. Perhaps death, which slides over everything, filling everything with futility and painting over every other motion. I see people, two on the left facing each other, indicated by the slight hunching of the figures. Mary, the mother of Jesus, and one of the disciples, the one that Jesus loved. They are standing close to each other. They do not have much else. The screaming red of the cross has gripped them, as if death has rubbed off on them. That is probably how it is. They will never be who they were before. But at least they have each other, can try to give each other some support. Behold, this is your son. Behold, this is your mother. Jesus' final command. Give each other support. Do not abandon each other and try to restructure your lives. The first step into a future they cannot yet imagine. I see the person on the right in the picture. Gray, a soldier apparently, the Roman soldier at the cross. He remains nameless, doing his duty, gray and unmoved. He remains standing until the end. He endures simply by virtue of his profession, the dying of others. And yet it touches him. This man was completely righteous, he would say after Jesus' death, contrary to all the logic of a soldier, which has always found reasons why it was right to kill. Not here. This person was completely righteous. Will it change him that he has seen a man die who bears no guilt except ours? Red drops are splattered across the picture. This is no clean white sheet death, no gentle passing over. The crucifixion is a brutal thing, a death that lasts hours, and a death that is dishonorable. This is how traitors die under Roman rule. It is a lonely death. On top of all this, scratches on the glass, fine lines, sharp and grey. The glass looks as if it has been cut up, as if someone had tried to blind the image.
I feel death cuts up life. It cuts us off from one another. It cuts hope into pieces and it cuts in. It leaves traces. Nothing remains as it was, and no one ever stays unchanged. I think of the farewell passages I had to take of people who were dear to me and who are no longer there. And I think of the ways of farewell that I had to go as a pastor, also with some of you, of the graves by which we stood. Death cuts through life.
Apart from the cross and the people, the scene remains empty. No background, no landscape, no other colors, nothing concrete, nothing from that time, from biblical times. What is painted here could be everywhere, everywhere and always.
There are enough crosses, far too many. There are enough crosses to carry. Everyone carries their own cross, their own burden, their own future. One carries our cross, our burden. One is our future.
I see Jesus on the cross, red like blood, red like love.
Stretched out between heaven and earth, between us and God. And I hear the words from the prophet Isaiah again. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering. Yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. Amen.